Hey, just getting comfortable because we got some good books this week. All right, here we go. We're going to save the top three for last, and we're going to save the books for about 30 seconds while I tell you what's going on here at Empires. Of course, new year, we've started up our live model again. Last Tuesday of every month is our live model from 6 to 9. It's $10. Everything goes to the model. Last Friday of every year is also, of every month is also our comedy night. So starting at 8 p.m., not for the kiddies. Come on down, join us. It's free. If you enjoy yourself, though, make sure you leave a little something for the comedians. And most importantly, February 6th, you guys are going to want to be here if you're creators, whether you're artistic, whether you're a writer. You're going to want to be down here because Top Cow is sending one of their marketing directors. They're going to tell you everything you need to know about pitching your book, how to sell yourself, doing the cons. You can ask questions. We're going to talk about the retailer's perspective, so do not miss it. Find all the info on our Facebook page, Empires Comics. So, into the books. We got Batman and Robin Eternal. As always, it's a flashback and a current day. You're dealing with Red Hood, Cassandra, Grayson, Bluebird, and of course you're flashing back to Dick and Batman doing their thing when they first started. Prophet. If you guys will remember, this was an old Image book by the man Rob Liefeld. A couple years ago, they started it over and gave it a new, fresh take. Same basic concept, but a completely different take. If you guys are into all the Image stuff that's going on, all the science fiction, this is a great place to be. It's a #1, so you can jump on right here. Plus, there's 2 trades, I believe, that collect the first volume. Twilight Children. Darwin Cook. What more do you need than that? It's a Vertigo book. Vertigo is reinventing itself, trying to catch up with Image, it appears. And they seem to be doing a really good job with this and some of the other titles they have. Southern Bastards. This book is just fantastic. It's wrong in every possible way. We're dealing with a small town and just the corruption, the ridiculous people that live in it. And this one, of course, the town revolves around football. It's time for the big game. Not even going to talk about that. Jupiter's Circle, this is book 2. There was also Jupiter's Legacy before that. It's a world where there aren't that many superheroes. They cleaned everything up. Ultimately, in the first book, some of the good guys take it a little too far. War between the good guys. Jupiter's Circle, however, Circle is the flashback to all of that to show you how these heroes got to where they were and their life during the 50s and the 60s. Four Eyes, Boy and His Dragon. And of course, that's a Joe Kelly book. They had one book prior, years ago. This is a continuation. You don't need to have read it. It'll pick it up for you right there. East of West. So good. Hashtag better than Saga. Elf Quest. This is the least loved Star Wars book, and it's one of my favorites. It's a great book that takes place. They mainly show you during the Order 66 and after, as this young Jedi is trying to fend for his life while the clones are after him, while mercenaries are after him. And of course, this episode, we get to see Grievous. Venom, Space Knight. Guardians got a lot going on over there. You got Drax, you got Rocket and Groot, you got Star-Lord, you got Venom, and of course you got the main book. Spider-Woman, this is it. This is the one. Her water breaks. Sorry, spoiler. And as I said, what an irresponsible mother. Why would you be going out superheroing when your water is about to break? Moon Girl is just an absolutely adorable book. It's a fun, just a little adventure with a young girl and her dinosaur. And my favorite book out of all of the new launches for Marvel, Extraordinary X-Men, Jeff Lemire, feels like a classic book. And that leads into actually one of my top 3s, but we're not quite there yet. For all you Carnage fans, not a big Carnage fan personally, I'm sorry, but all of you symbiote lovers, he's got his own book for as long as you are willing to support it. Daredevil, back to dark and gritty. He's got an apprentice that he is training to become a superhero. Not as fun as the previous book, but it is still a really good read. All New Inhumans, they're pretty much taking the place of the X-Men. The X-Men have been relegated to like 3 titles, not including the Wolverines, and because you can't just have one Wolverine. Inhumans are taking the place of the X-Men. You're getting all kinds of stuff from them right now. The Terrigen Mist is out there. It's killing the mutants, but more and more Inhumans are being born. And, of course, the Avengers. This is the proper team. A bunch of rookies on here, but it's still a great book. I've enjoyed all those too. New Avengers has actually been my favorite out of all of them. But now quickly into the top 3. I mentioned this one, Extraordinary X-Men. Jeff Lemire is writing this one as well, so that we get the connection between the two, and we don't have two people working on the same character. And this shows you where Old Man Logan came from. If you guys have not read the old Millar stuff, shows you where he's going in the Marvel Universe. He is no longer held back, and he is taking measures to make sure that things do not end up the way they did in his book. Cry Havoc, the new Image book. You got a little flashing forward, flashing back, dealing with werewolves in the city, military, noir, a little bit of everything in here, but one of the interesting things is they use a different colorist for each setting so that you have a completely different feel for all of it. And, of course, Monstrous. I really enjoyed this. I didn't think I would. It has a real manga feel. More importantly, it has really a Final Fantasy type feel. You've got the humans versus the Arcanics, I believe. Arcanics? Yeah. And it's just the war and the terrible events that came out of one particular moment. We're only on issue 3. It's beautiful artwork and a great story. Thank you very much, you guys. Don't forget, Comedy Night is now always the last Friday of the month. We've got our book club the second Thursday of every month at 6:30. And of course, our live model is the last Tuesday from 6 to 9. Thank you very much, you guys, at Top Cow, February 5th. Check out the Facebook page.